I'm planning to spend the early hours of the morning cycling from Bratislava to Vienna and back, a journey of around 140 kilometers along the Danube. I'll begin pedaling about an hour before sunrise to capture the first light. There is something truly magical about cycling as the night gives way to dawn, a serene beauty that I aim to fully immerse myself in as I make my way to Vienna. This is my second time touring Vienna, but today I'm challenging myself to complete it in just 4 to 6 hours. Last time I took it slow, spent the night in Vienna, and cycled back to Bratislava the following day. For today's journey, I'll be wrapping up Christine Hanna's The Nightingale, a gripping novel about the experiences of two sisters during World War II in France. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll follow the Danube all the way to Germany and then trail my way to France to experience the world Vienne and Isabel once lived. I start rolling at 5:02 am. Bratislava is still and peaceful, with only the occasional whistle of a night owl, tipsy from the city's nightlife, breaking the silence. As I spot a ship gracefully turning in the Danube, I realize the night is slowly surrendering to the dawn. Gliding into the cycleway towards Austria, I witness the quiet transition as the first light of day begins to chase away the remnants of darkness. Within 30 minutes, I find myself gliding through the charming streets of Heinberg, having just left Wolfsdal behind. I pause to take in the sight of the Danube winding its way through behind the town, with Bratislava's hills still visible in the distance, bathed in an orange haze. Heinberg, so close to Bratislava, offers a taste of Austrian life while still whispering in Slovak. Riding from Bratislava to Heinburg, I followed the left bank of the Danube. Upon reaching Heinburg, I cycled up a bridge that led me to the right bank of the river, joining Eurovelo 6. This moment feels so poetic, I mused to myself, a smile touching my lips. Along the way, I was captivated by the breathtaking views of Heinberg Castle, the flowing river, and the slow, majestic ascent of the sun on the horizon. As I cycle through the serene paths of National Park Dunau Auen, the air is thick with humidity, and the sun is steadily rising from the east, chasing away the remnants of night. The natural beauty around me contrasts sharply with the gripping story playing through my headphones as I reach the final pages of Christine Hanna's The Nightingale. Isabel and Vienne, the two sisters at the heart of the novel, have captured my thoughts. Isabel's courage, from joining the resistance to risking her life repeatedly for the freedom of others, is nothing short of inspiring. Vienne, on the other hand, embodies a different kind of bravery, a quiet, enduring strength that comes from protecting her children and surviving the daily horrors of occupation. The narrative does not shy away from the brutal realities of war. The Holocaust casts a dark shadow over their lives, illustrating the devastating impact on families torn apart, lives lost, and the lingering scars left behind. Vienne's rape by a German soldier is a harrowing moment in the story, yet her decision to accept the child born from this violence and the reconciliation with her husband adds layers of complexity to her character. As I pedal through the park, emotions swirl within me. Admiration for the sisters' strength, sorrow for the countless lives destroyed, and a deep reflection on the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. The beauty of this place seems almost paradoxical as I think about the horrors and heartbreak described in the novel. It's a powerful reminder of how stories like The Nightingale connect us to the past, making us appreciate the peace and freedom we often take for granted. Part of the cycleway I'm on is gravel, and I can't help but smile as my tires crunch through the loose stones. There is something about gravel riding that I find deeply satisfying. The way the white dust clings to my tires, marking the journey as I move forward. It's a texture and a rhythm that takes me back to Kenya, where our transport system isn't quite as developed, and gravel roads are a common sight. The road that leads to my home in Kenya is gravel, a familiar path I have ridden countless times. In my hometown, tarmac is a luxury, reserved only for the city centers and main roads. Most of our roads are unpaved, and growing up, I had to cycle nearly 20 kilometers just to feel the smoothness of tarmac beneath my wheels. Here in Austria, it's the opposite. Gravel is reserved for agricultural lands and parks, almost a novelty compared to the extensive network of paved roads. Riding on gravel here brings a comforting sense of nostalgia, a connection to home. It reminds me of the simplicity of rural life in Kenya, where the rough roads are just another part of the landscape, shaping the way we travel and live. While gravel might be a choice here, back home, it's the reality. The dust that settles on my tires here in Austria carries with it memories of my roots, blending my past and present in every pedal stroke. As I cycle deeper into National Park Donau Auen, the landscape begins to reveal its rich tapestry of natural beauty and untamed wilderness. This vast floodplain, nestled between Vienna and Bratislava, is one of the last remaining large wetlands in Central Europe, a sanctuary where the mighty Danube River reigns supreme. Here the river's waters meander through a mosaic of forests, meadows, and wetlands, creating a lush, vibrant ecosystem that feels worlds away from the urban hustle just a short ride behind me. The air is thick with humidity, a reminder of the life-giving waters that nourish this unique environment. The sun, now ascending from the east, casts a warm glow over the landscape, slowly burning away the morning mist that clings to the low-lying areas. Every turn of the wheel brings a new sight. Gnarled old trees with roots deeply entwined in the fertile soil, their branches heavy with leaves that rustle in the gentle breeze. This park is home to an incredible array of wildlife. As I ride, I catch glimpses of deer grazing quietly in the distance, their ears twitching at the sound of my approach. The air is alive with the songs of countless bird species, from the haunting call of the cuckoo to the cheerful chatter of finches and warblers. Occasionally, a large bird of prey, perhaps a white-tailed eagle, circles overhead, its keen eyes scanning the ground for a meal. The diversity of life here is astounding. The wetlands are teeming with amphibians like frogs and salamanders. The riverbanks are alive with the scurrying of small mammals, and if I'm lucky, I might catch a glimpse of the elusive European beaver, whose dam building activities are crucial to maintaining the park's delicate balance. As I continue, the Danube remains a constant companion, its waters glistening under the ever-brightening sky. The river here is wide and slow-moving, its surface dotted with islands and sandbanks that serve as resting spots for migratory birds. The sense of peace is profound, broken only by the distant splash of a fish breaking the surface or the gentle rustle of reeds swaying in the breeze. National Park Donau is more than just a stretch of protected land. It's a living, breathing reminder of what the Danube once was, a wild, untamed force of nature supporting a web of life that has thrived for centuries. Cycling through this park, I feel a deep connection to the earth, to the river that has shaped this land, and to the countless creatures that call it home. As I continue my journey, the quietness of the cycleway through National Park Donau emphasizes the stark difference between this serene environment and the wild, unpredictable landscapes of Kenya. Here, the most dangerous encounter might be with a wild boar or a startled deer, while back home in Kenya, the presence of elephants, lions, hyenas, and other formidable wildlife demands a deep respect and constant vigilance. In Kenya, the wilderness has a pulse, a rhythm of life where every moment can be a matter of survival for both the animals and the people who share the land with them. The air there is thick with the scent of the wild, where each rustle in the bush could signal the approach of a predator or the presence of a curious porcupine. The cycleways and the paths I ride on now are a world apart from the rough, untamed tracks that weave through the savannah and the forests of Kenya. Here in Austria, the lions and hyenas are replaced by the subtle dangers of the European wilderness, perhaps a swift current in the Danube or a misstep on a rocky path. The predators are more figurative, the cold that creeps in with the mist, the exhaustion that builds over the miles, or the unexpected puncture that leaves me stranded far from help. Yet, this landscape is tamer, more forgiving, where the greatest threat is not from a lacking beast, but perhaps from underestimating the distance or the solitude. This contrast highlights not only the differences in wildlife and terrain, but also the differing demands these environments place on those who venture in them. In Kenya, cycling in the wild is a dance with nature, where respect and caution are your best guides. Here, in the heart of Europe, the wilderness is a quieter companion, one that invites exploration with a gentler hand. As I pedal onward, I find myself pondering the parallels between these two worlds, how each, in its own way, challenges and rewards those who dare to traverse its paths. The cycleway may be safer here, but the memories of home, with its wild beauty and untamed spirit, ride along with me, reminding me of the strength and resilience that both environments require. Clock reads 7:06 a.m. as I pause my ride, marking 2 hours of cycling through a landscape that has grown more breathtaking with each passing minute. The rising sun, its golden rays filtering through the trees, casts a magical light on the surroundings, making everything seem more vivid, more alive. The waters of the Danube, shimmering under the morning light, take on an almost otherworldly quality, a surreal canvas of reflections and gentle ripples. I decide it's time for my first break, not out of fatigue, but out of a desire to savor this moment. Excitement pulses through me as I approach the outskirts of Vienna, the anticipation of reaching the city mingling with the contentment of the journey so far. I find a spot by the river, the grass still cool and damp with dew, and I sit down, letting the tranquility of the scene wash over me. The audiobook I have been engrossed in, The Nightingale, has just come to an end. The story, with its powerful portrayal of two sisters' resilience and bravery during World War II, lingers in my mind, leaving a deep impression. I take a moment to reflect on the emotions it stirred in me: admiration for Isabel's defiance, a profound empathy for Vienne's quiet strength, and a sadness for the harrowing experiences they endured. As a Danube murmurs softly beside me, I begin to think about my next literary journey. I scroll through my options and settle on my sister's keeper. I have seen the movie before, and its poignant exploration of family dynamics and ethical dilemmas left a lasting impact on me. The thought of delving deeper into the story through the book excites me. There is something special about experiencing a familiar tale in a new, more detailed light, and I'm eager to begin. For now, I let the peacefulness of the morning and the anticipation of the story ahead fill me with a quiet joy. Vienna awaits, just a few more miles down the path, but for this moment, it's just me, the river, and the promise of another captivating narrative to accompany me on the road ahead. As I pedal ever closer to Vienna, the sun plays a delightful game of hide and seek with the landscape, transforming my journey into something truly magical. The path ahead alternates between stretches of long, cool shadows and bursts of warm sunlight that bathe me in a golden glow. Each time I emerge from the shadows, I find myself craving more of those sunlit moments, the way the light wraps around me, energizing me with its warmth. The cycleway, which had been tranquil and solitary in the early hours, gradually becomes alive. More cyclists appear, their presence adding a vibrant energy to the route. The once quiet path is now a ribbon of shared purpose and silent camaraderie as we all move forward, propelled by the same rhythm, drawn by the same sun. Each pedal stroke brings me closer to Vienna, but also deeper into this shared experience of a day unfolding in perfect harmony. Now, I find myself entering the industrial part of Vienna, where the landscape shifts from natural beauty to urban efficiency. The cycleway twists and turns through a maze of factories and warehouses, a stark contrast to the serene riverside paths I have enjoyed so far. The air here is different, heavier, laden with a sense of industry rather than the clean, humid freshness of the Danube. It's a reminder of the trade-offs that come with progress and urban life. The placement of these industrial establishments far from residential areas suddenly makes perfect sense. As I navigate this concrete jungle, I am aware more than ever of the delicate balance between nature and industry and how essential it is to keep them in their respective places. As I pedal through the parks along the Danube, the towering skyscrapers of Vienna come into view. The transition from the tranquility of nature to the bustling energy of city life is jarring. I can feel the difference in the air as more cyclists join the path, creating a lively atmosphere even at this early hour. The Danube glistens in the morning light, and I catch a sight of an old couple enjoying a swim, their joy almost infectious. Portable toilets are conveniently stationed every 500 meters or so along the cycle lane. I make a quick stop to relieve myself in one. Honestly, it's not the most comfortable experience, but it serves its purpose. After hours immersed in the world, surrounded by the sights and sounds of nature, the presence of such conveniences feels both strange and comforting. The city is closed now with all its modernities and quirks. Now, in the heart of Vienna, I am greeted by a city that truly embraces cyclists. Vienna is a cyclist's dream, where the urban landscape is thoughtfully designed to make cycling not only possible and safe, but genuinely enjoyable. Everywhere I look, people are going about their daily routines on two wheels, from commuting to work to running errands. The city is dotted with bike parking stalls, all filled with bikes, a testament to how integral cycling is to life here. Trams crisscross the city, adding to the efficient and eco-friendly transportation options available. Vienna is also incredibly walkable, a fact that becomes apparent as I tow my bike and stroll through the streets. The wide sidewalks, pedestrian-friendly crossings, and the ease with which one can navigate the city on foot make Vienna not just a cyclist's paradise, but a heaven for walkers as well. The seamless integration of cycling and walking into the city's fabric makes moving through Vienna a pleasure, whether on two wheels or on foot. After reaching the heart of Vienna, I reluctantly decide it's time to head back to Bratislava. The midday sun is already threatening to catch up, and I know the return journey may be more challenging under its intense heat. As I steer my bike back toward the wilderness I came from, my mind starts to wander. What if I could blend my academic journey with these cycling adventures? The thought of spending weekends cycling to Vienna, immersing myself in the serene atmosphere of its libraries, and then riding back to Bratislava in the evening seems like the perfect balance of intellectual pursuit and outdoor adventure. I smile at the idea, imagining the joy of making this a regular part of my routine. I reach down and give my bike an affectionate pat. I think you'll enjoy coming to Vienna more often, I muse. It feels right. An exciting blend of study, exploration, and freedom of the open road.
Oh, angel sent from